Hello everybody, DevilDrive572 here, and welcome back to some G-senjou no Maou. Apparently last time, we pretty much stole the keys to all the volleyball stuff, and it's in revenge against Canon for both Eiichi and Kyousuke, so we don't know what's gonna happen now. From the day I was adopted, Gonzo provided me with everything I needed. He even gave me the opportunity to get an education. Everything I could imagine was at my fingertips. Anything was obtainable. However, Gonzo recorded every last penny he ever spent on me. Not just food and water, either. His criticism ranged from the rent of my tiny room to the cost of my office furniture, even down to a single sheet of tissue. Anything related to life was changed to a form of debt to him. All the costs, compounded by a steep interest, forced me to use my mind to achieve his ends. Right. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, jeez Louise, Right, well, I'll talk to you again soon. The call ended. I sat quietly under the dim streetlights. Again, Weeble wobble. Oh, stop. I swear I can read. I can talk too. I don't know what's going on. Nearly every problem in this world can be solved with money. Wrong. Take Central Boulevard as an example. Its very composition is undeniably intertwined with the almighty yen. Cell phones ringing everywhere. Women with brand name dresses. There's a road. There's a repose. A repose. Oh, please stop me. There's a road repair project underway as the end of the year nears. Even the early winter's cold night sky is engulfed by the aura of the Maou Corporation building. I'll crush all of this. Then, at the exact moment I whispered this to myself, Sherry is called. The fuck? Who saw me? How did she appear? Usami stood in front of me before I knew it. Oh, Usami, you sure are playing around quite late, aren't you? So are we. Not really. As I've said earlier, I have a part-time job. I'm going home now. Really? What would that job be? I have a request. You weren't listening, were you? I really don't like this girl. I do. Sorry. I tend to bring down the people around me. It happened so much that I was a hotshot among the emo kids a while back. Oh my god. Wow. I really am bad with huge crowds. I have bad habits like hunching over while walking, and staring at the ground, and carrying the white lines on the crosswalk, stuff like that. What are you trying to say? Ah, fruit stall. I mainly sell bananas. Bananas! Okay. Enough. I understand. So what is it that you want? Usami tilted her head. Could you lend me your cell phone? My cell phone? You don't have one? Yes. I'm not used to making calls. It's not just calls. You're not used to communication itself, are you? That's not true. Clearly, she doesn't know the first thing about herself. I forgot my wallet where I left the stall. The stall will close if I don't call soon. Sorry for being so sudden. Something's not right here. This annoying woman. Is she trying to check my call logs behind the guise of a long conversation? Ah, sorry. What? I don't have my cell phone with me right now. You don't have it? Usami's eyes widened as if she were shocked to the bone. I think I dropped it about an hour ago. I'm actually looking for it now. Of course, the clever guise of a lie. Her pure eyes twinkled. I called it out! That's a lie. We are called out by Usami! Boom! What? Usami's focus slowly moved from my eyes to the right. Pretty cold today, isn't it? My ears are so cold that they're turning red. I see. But only your left ear is red, which means that you've had something pressed against your right up until now. This girl is pretty sharp. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to fool around with you. Don't glare at me like that. That can be taken in many ways, man. Ah, it's no problem. I was joking too. We could have just laughed over it if you had said your right ear withstands the cold better. Sorry. God damn. I made my usual slack smile. It's okay. Usami also made a creepy smile. It's not creepy, it's cute. I handed the cell phone over, and Usami started dialing immediately. Hello, I'm Usami from part-time. Red. Long and scattered hair Usami. Goddamn, that nickname! The stall owner's still there? Great. She returned to her lazy mood. The more I learn about her, the weirder she gets. Though I will admit that she's a genius at making others feel nervous. Or is it only me that she affects so strongly? I feel like that stare of hers sees everything within me. Okay, thanks. I'm done with the call. Oh, found your wallet? Oh, yeah. Looks like I dropped it where I was putting the bananas in the fridge after closing. The stall owner picked it up afterwards. Okay, I'm just curious as to this. Why would you put bananas in the fridge? I don't get that, personally. But, well... And how big would this fridge be? You're pretty clumsy. It might not be something to be proud of. I get scolded all the time for it at work. She scratched her head lazily. Alright, bye. Sorry for the trouble. Usami turned her back toward me and continued forward. So, what's your real job? What? Usami turned around. It might have just been my imagination, but Usami seemed a little happy. Working at a fruit stall is a lie, isn't it? Jeez. What exactly do you mean? What's her motive? To keep the flavor properly, one should never refrigerate bananas. That's even more crucial as a salesman than a consumer. Oh my gosh! He's totally calling her out. Nice! She must have already recognized this. She's trying to test me. Ah, right. That's true. You got me. You're so smart, Azai-san. You saw right through my lie in an everyday conversation. Don't fuck with me. Jeez. And you, Usami, are such an interesting person. So basically, she never actually had any intention of borrowing my cell phone. Aw, that's not true. I'm really sorry. But my true workplace is a secret. Thanks. Why is she trying to get close to me? Who knows? However, there's something else I'd like to bring up. Seeing as we've said so much already, would that be alright with you? Here it comes. What is it? The next point will be the crux of the conversation. No, it's not really that important, but... Usami straightened her back slowly as she spoke. Do you know Maou? Nice! Huh? It's not a word one hears often, so I thought I had misheard her. Usami glared at me with stern eyes. What's Maou? Some demon lord in an RPG video game? Pretty much. A game? Perhaps you could say that. I'm not sure what you mean. If you're looking for game walkthroughs, wouldn't it be better to search on the net? He's not some underleveled enemy that you can find out about online. Enemy? Yes, an enemy. The lazy ambiance, which had dominated the conversation up until now, disappeared in an instant. So you don't know? Why would I? I came to this city looking for Maou. Are you serious? If so, then the only thing I can think is that you're a bit mad. That's all I want to say. Huh? I'm searching for Maou, and I just wanted to let you know that. I had no reply. Nevertheless, Usami's eyes reflected something beyond mere determination. They reflected absolute hatred. Sorry for bothering you. Her footsteps vanished into the crowd of Central Boulevard. Usami is looking for something called the Maou. Something called the Maou. She's probably referring to a specific person. Yes. Something feels wrong. Usami may be a strange woman, but she's clearly smart enough to be aware of what she's doing. So then why would she say something that would arouse suspicions of insanity? Why would she say it to me? Time to go home. Even if I think about it, I'll just come up with nothing. Nothing except Usami Haru called herself a hero. Being of justice that subdues the strong and helps the weak. You don't find those kinds of people. If such an extraordinary exception existed, I'd like to see it. Gets on my nerves, even if it was just a joke. And as for me, I'd rather play the role of the devil. Who knows? At this time of day, the region of downtown Tomonbetsu City called Central Business was enveloped in the darkness of night. Row upon row of colossal buildings sheltered the deserted streets from the cold winter air. Still, even wild dogs and the homeless stayed away from Central Business. The offices of hundreds of powerful companies line up against each other within this single district. During business hours, famous celebrities from all around the world pass through this area and invariably show up on the media. Business magazines have gone so far as to call Tomonbetsu's Central Business the second largest Japanese economic powerhouse, following Tokyo's business district. Jeez Louise. In the region's center lies an especially eye-catching enormous high-rise, a gargantuan tower with 50 stories above ground and 6 beneath. It was designed with the purpose of overlooking the entire city in mind, a purpose not unlike that of the company it houses. The headquarters of Sanao Corporation, one of Japan's top conglomerates. When the other offices went into slumber, only this firm remained awake. Since they acquired intelligence from agents all around the world, the data simply couldn't be processed within a 24-hour work schedule. Wait. Intelligence and agents. What is... Wow. In the deepest part of the building stood Maou. The 7th floor beneath the surface. A floor which should not have existed at all. Hidden chamber. It belonged to the Sanao Corporation, yes, but only a very select few were allowed to enter. The average employee would not even be aware of its existence. This building had more security systems installed than any other in central business. Surveillance cameras, metal detectors, they had it all. The only access to this room was an elevator that led directly to the ground floor. For emergencies, triple reinforced glass separated the elevator's door from the entrance to the secret room. Oh jeez, is this Maou talking? Oh crud. Even if someone was murdered in this room, the evidence could easily be concealed. A lone male said this. A man in a double-layered suit, who looked to be somewhere in his 50s. Oh geez, that's so wrong. That was completely off the mark for me. Great job. A few strands of gray popped out of his head of neatly combed hair. His Sanao Corporation ID badge reflected a dull light under the dim fluorescent lamp. I'm very sorry for calling you out this late, but I would like to remind you that I, too, am pressed for time. The man's tone portrayed his strong confidence. His name was Somaya. As Sanao Corporation's Director of Senior Management and Head of Corporate Strategy, he holds absolute power in this company. A single order from this man could cause the Nikkei, I think it's Nikkei, index to fluctuate. A single phrase could drive an employee to take his own life. Nevertheless, Maou merely stared blankly at the wall before him. You've been senior management strategist from the shadows for nearly a year now, isn't that right? Rather than nodding, Maou calmly rearranged his position. In the beginning, I thought you were just another outsider, even with a recommendation from the CEO. This company has been in business for 80 proud years without letting outsiders get involved so easily. Wait, Maou was recommended by the CEO? What? Holy crap. He's beating around the bush. Perhaps that particular tendency comes with the territory for someone working in the trade business. Give me just a sec. Alright. Maou looked at Somaya emotionlessly. True, the effects of your actions are very remarkable. Thanks to you, our company finally got a foothold in the previously monopolistic military industries. Also, the layoff that allowed the company to get rid of the so-called large enterprise disease was necessary, as you suggested. Other than those, he showed no sign of stopping the praise. However, Maou already sensed the truth lying behind Somiya's words. Thus, he finally began to speak. What you want to say is, you don't need me anymore. His quiet voice went straight to the point. Somiya went silent. You gained huge profits by following my orders. Yes. But at the same time, you started many projects that can't be revealed to the public eye. Our company is taking too many risks. Because of me? Because of that devil's brain of yours. Devil's brain? Somiya's lips quivered. Maou knows. Somiya may be in a position of power within an enormous company, but that only applies to the workings of the company itself. With respect to the illegal acts planned by Maou, he was a mere greenhorn. To be frank with you, I want to go to South America. That's pretty warm. Maou let a subtle laugh escape his lips. Somiya tried to smooth things over. You should go into hiding for a while until things calm down. That's pretty warm, Maou repeated again. Yes, it's warm there. I've already prepared a resort over there. I promise you, you won't be treated unfairly. Maou shook his head. Wrong. What's wrong? I'm saying your sheltered little psyche is warm. Somiya cringed as if he'd bit his tongue. You should take care of me a bit more thoroughly if I'm truly in your way. Thoroughly? Just then, the elevator doors opened. A man in white entered. Somiya's face turned to the side. He welcomed the man with eyes that cried for help. Allow me to introduce him. This is Kuwashima-kun. He was a young man that looked to be in his mid-20s. He was pale and frail-looking, but his eyes seemed to glow with an eerie sheen. He seemed like the type that would be more at home in a laboratory than a business enterprise. This is our company's new consultant. He's from Boston University. We had him come out here as a huge favor. My successor, then? Oh Jesus, this the 20-year-old? I can't even tell. I studied game theory during my time there. Kuwashima spoke with a husky voice. Oh jeez. I hear they call you Maou, so I was looking forward to seeing just what kind of person you are, but I wasn't expecting someone so young. I'm 26 this year, but you must be even younger than me. For a game theory specialist, you seem like you sure like revealing information about yourself. I heard about you from Mr. Somiya. Maou took a look at Somiya. That motion alone filled Somiya with fear. Kuwashima-kun's already an employee. Does it matter if he knows? It doesn't matter if he knows, does it? An employee? I see. A big company like Sunel Corporation certainly wouldn't want to rely on an outsider like me. This is a transfer of power. From now, this is a transfer of power. From now on, Sanao Corporation will enter clean and open new era. Ueshima continued his pretentious speech. Mao didn't hate young men who were blinded by pride. He smiled as he thought, "Oh, come, lovely child." What, you have something to say? Sure enough, you might be a genius. However, you've yet to accomplish anything, correct? Kuroshima sneered. Listen, boyo. Business strategy is all about theory. Results always come out of it sooner or later. It's been statistically proven that people like myself with a firm grasp of business theory provide results for their corporations. Sounds reliable. Mao slowly walked toward Kuroshima. Let's play a game. Oh, great. Well, I think we're gonna have to leave it off here. So, I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. And until then, until next time, keep rad.